Ready? Ready.
What's up, guys? It's PIHCAM with HuddleGG, and today we're going to be bringing you an inside the mind type of video with one of my games recently against John Beast, who is one of the best players in the world. So with that being said, hopefully you guys enjoy this. Let's dive right into the video. Anytime we're playing somebody like John Beast, we really have to be on top of everything just to make it a competitive game, let alone to give ourselves a chance to win. But I do thoroughly enjoy playing guys like this, and just shows me where I'm at as a player. And again, I just love the competition. And here he's going to get the ball first to start this game, which is good. I like getting the ball out of halftime. And you're going to notice that he makes me miss a couple times here with this Amari Cooper. And you're going to notice that in the first half. He does have human joystick on him. And one thing with John is he started the game off here with 2 run plays. And when you're playing the top players in the world, a lot of times they don't like to run the ball. So he did catch me a little bit off guard with that. And again, the way that he was able to move with this Amari Cooper card really gave me fits early on. And we did have to adjust later on in the game to make sure that we did slow that down. Because obviously we don't just want to give up free rushing yards the entire game. But this is going to be the first pass play that he is going to come out with. And he's going to be on the right hash. And we're going to send a pressure that we like to use out of the 3-3 which you can find over at HuddleGG. Where we're going to try to get A-gap pressure on the right side with this middle linebacker here. And you're going to see that John does not pick it up. The reason why I like to send this blitz, especially against top players, is they like to send 5 out, where they're sending their running back and tight ends out. They're not blocking extra people. This blitz is really hard to pick up if you are not blocking extra guys. You can see it did catch him off guard. He was not ready for the pressure. He could have hit the running back to the flat here. But we are going to be able to get a sack here on this play, which is big for us. But anytime you're playing these guys, you don't want to send the same blitz over and over and over. So here you can see we have a different blitz set up. We do have the contains here. This isn't really a contain blitz. We just have the contains just in case he tries to roll out. We have a little bit of coverage there to the edge. But we want to mix our coverage shells up against these guys as well. You cannot give them the same look over and over and over. And one thing I like to do also is I like to switch up who I'm using, whether it's an edge player, whether it's a middle linebacker, a safety, a slot corner. I really like to mix who I'm using up, not to give them any tells on what I'm going to do pre-snap. I want them to have to dissect everything once they say hike. And that does seem to give players of all skill levels a little bit more fits here. So you're going to see that we set up this pressure where we're looking to get heat off the right side. And we're able to get him to roll out. Because of our contain, you can see that he's able to keep him from running at least. Obviously, we weren't able to keep him in the pocket entirely. But we do force kind of a bad throw here. If we could have undercut this, we could have maybe got the interception. But again, that's okay. Incompletion sets up a 3rd and 17. And since we did see that he likes to roll out, I decided to send an actual contain blitz. Okay, so what we're going to do is you're going to see this linebacker here is going to loop to the outside. And really his focus is to keep this quarterback in the pocket. Okay, now what we'll see again, 3rd and 17, big play for us early. We do get the contain blitz angle here with our linebacker, which does again keep that quarterback in the pocket. And one thing you want to notice is he is using a left-handed quarterback. Okay, so Tua obviously left-handed. We want to send the contain blitz to his left side. Okay, if it's a right-handed quarterback, we'd want to send it more to the right side, because again, you want to force the quarterback away from their throwing arm. Okay, now you'll see here we do notice that we get a slot fade from this receiver and then a corner route here. Obviously 3rd and 17, I don't think he's going to take the drag, so I think he's going to take one of these 2 players. I do stick with the slot fade, and when this throw was made in game, I thought I got cheated. As I watched this game back, this was just an absolute dot by John Beast. Really good throw. I was about a half yard too far behind on where I needed to be with my user here to take this away. So again, really good throw. A little bit heartbreaking on 3rd and 17 to give this up. But we've been playing really good defense on this first drive. And that's going to really be a thing to look forward to as I'm going on throughout this game. And one thing you need to know when you're playing guys like this is you're not going to hold somebody like a John Beast to 0 points. Okay, you're going to give up points. You'll see in my games, a lot of times I'll give up points earlier on in the game, and then I adjust throughout the game. So again, early on, I'm really starting to download data is how I word it, and just try to see what my opponent is doing and what their tendencies are. And then as we go throughout the game, we start to get more and more stops. So again, don't get discouraged if you give up a score on the first drive. That is not that big of a deal. I give up scores on the first drives regularly, but as I go on throughout the game is where we start to lock in and play a lot better defense. And again, that first drive was still pretty good defense, but we did end up giving up 7. So here on our first offensive drive, we need to try to match that and try to score 7 ourselves. The first play, I noticed that these 2D tackles are out wide with the 2D ends out wide as well. So I'm thinking the Texas 4-man stunt. So we are going to have to be prepared for that. And we're going to need to be ready to block that, especially in key situations. Here on first down, I do pick it up, but I don't see anything open initially. I do scramble to the right. Do a nice job at getting around the edge. Now that quarterbacks don't fumble very well or very much this year, you're able to kind of run into contact a little bit, which sets up this nice 2nd and inches here. And then on the first play, on our play here for 2nd and inches, I'm going to look to attack short. Again, when they're sending the Texas 4-man, if I'm sending 5 out, I'm not really expecting to be able to have the ball very long with my quarterback. There's not a super consistent way to block the Texas 4-man with 5 out every single time. So I'm looking to hit either this spot route here or this return route here to the right. But you can see his user jumped this initially, then he switched stick off of it. But this is covered. And then again, I don't like this return route here much as well. We could have hit the running back out to the flat, but we didn't see it. And again, we knew we were on a timer, so we knew we would have to get out of the pocket. So we do scramble. And we actually fumble the ball backwards out of bounds to set up a 3rd and inches. So again, we go back to one of our base plays here, and you'll notice that he does take away the drag with his user right here. He does have the wheel covered initially. We picked up the Texas 4-man well. We knew that pressure was coming. We don't really like this streak. So again, we have this dig route here in a really good spot. I did highball it just in case his user would try to get back to it. But that's going to be a nice first down play for us here. Again, and on the right hash, going to set up our first bomb play or our first shot play of the game. I really like to send these at least once per half, sometimes even once per quarter, where we're trying to attack over the top for a 1-play touchdown. And what you want to see here is on the left side, we send this corner route. And the goal of this is really to get the user to switch stick to this safety and come down to take that away, because they think that this is a streak with the corner, but this is actually a post, which is going to break to the middle of the field. And I feel like he gets a little bit lucky here when he switch sticks off of this safety. It runs into this player perfectly and like rides his hip down the field. You can see there, that's taken away. But what I noticed was the middle of the field is wide open. So we just playmaker our running back down the field, and that's going to be able to get us a big gain and get us here inside of the 15-yard line. And when I'm down here, I love to run the football. This is one of my favorite run plays here. And you're going to see that our opponent does over pursue, or John over pursues a little bit here to the outside, which does open up a cutback lane for us. We cut that back inside and we're able to get a first down, which then sets up another one of my favorite runs here inside the 5-yard line, especially this stretch play with the motion, who I sub in as a tight end, and we're able to beat him to the pylon, match his touchdown, get ourselves one, and tie the game up at 7 here. So again, great start to the game. I'm really happy how I played on defense in the first drive, even though we gave up 7. And then we did a pretty good job on offense our first drive as well. His second drive here, there's 2:38 left in the half. His first play, he is going to go back to the run game. And you can see that I don't do a very good job at tackling. Again, in the first half, I told you guys I struggled a lot against this Amari Cooper. John was really good with his stick in making people miss in the open field. Again, that human joystick on that body type that Amari Cooper has was really tough for me to handle early on. But that sets up another right hash play. And we talked about in the first drive, he struggled with that A-gap pressure from this middle linebacker here that we set up. And we're going to send that again. And you're going to see once again, he does not pick it up. He does throw the ball to the flat and gets a small gain. But we know that we're going to be able to send that pressure time and time again. And you're going to see that we send it one more time here on this second down play, which again forces a quick throw. Again, he's not protecting against it. So I'm going to send this in big situations throughout the game. Here it does set up a 3rd and 5. I don't want to go back to it every play. Talked about, we don't want to run the same exact blitz every play, so we do set up the contain blitz, but he does go to run the football, and you're going to see with my user, and he notices this as well, I really play heavily to the right side of the screen because of the way that he's been running this play every time. Every time he's been running this play, he's been looking to bounce it to the sideline, and what we're looking to do is try to force him to cut back inside because of how aggressive we are with our user. And you can see that he does cut it back inside, and we get a nice shed up the middle, which is able to actually limit him to no gain and set up a 4th and 5. And on this 4th and 5 call, again, I'm expecting that he's ready for the A gap pressure that we had sent. Again, he's not on the right hash, which is when I really like to send it. And the reason why I like to send it from the right hash is because I don't have a lot of coverage options here to the right side of the screen. So again, it's a lot easier if that's the short side. When it's the wide side, I don't like to do it as much. So here we are going to send the contain pressure that we sent earlier, where we're trying to get him staying in the pocket. But we are going to be hoping that we can get the D tackle to split the double team. This is actually a setup that we designed to contain the quarterback, but also have the potential to split the double team because of the angle that he gets. Again, you're going to see here on 4th and 5, we actually split that double team perfectly. And we are able to get the turnover on downs, which is a huge play here. On our 1st down, we do a great job of getting a 1st down. Want to stay in bounds, let that clock run. We get it down to about 43 seconds here. And I would like to run the entire clock out here and score with no time remaining because of how explosive John is on the offensive side of the ball. I know if I give him any time, he can score. But I noticed that because of his defense here, we look to run the RPO read flat to the right because this is going to be the read key. So anytime we have this guy's the read key, he's not part of the play. We can kind of ignore him, and they only have 2 defenders out here, and we have 2 blockers. So you're going to see, again, this guy's the read key. So again, as soon as he shuffles, we know we're going to be able to throw this. He's not a factor on the play. We do have the 2-on-2 to the outside. We're able to get those blocks. And even though I would like to score with no time left, it is important for me to make sure I get 7 and not 3. So I scored a touchdown there and look to limit him. Again, maybe hold him to a field goal. Again, there's only 37 seconds left here in the half. Again, my goal, make sure he only gets 3. Just make sure I don't give up 7 because we are getting the ball at half here. And again, with somebody like John, you got to be careful. Now, on this first play, we do look to send that pressure in the A gap. It does give him fits again. He was able to scramble to the left, though, and get himself a nice 1st down. We do make a little bit of a mistake here. You can see that I have my outside corner here really tight to the line, and our safeties are showing blitz as well. We are sending heat off the left side here, I believe. Yep, which is nice. I mean, again, it's a blitz I haven't really sent this game. But one thing you'll notice is when you see these 2 guys go vertical in these bunch X nasty especially, but bunch formations in general, a lot of times they're looking to bomb you over the top, whether it's this inside stemmed seam route, or they're going to look to pass lead this streak or this fade to the outside here because he will get over top of the outside corner, because the outside corner is not really focused on him as much because he's so far to the inside of the field. So it's really a 2-on-1 on our safety here. You'll see that I notice it, and I do try to switch stick to my player, but I am a little bit late, and John does throw the ball over the top for a nice touchdown. Again, shout out to him. Good throw. Bad defense by me in that situation. We just got to limit the big play, and I didn't really do a good job of that there on that play. So again, we still have 20 seconds here. We are looking to get a field goal before half. Again, we are getting the ball at halftime. So if we can go into halftime with a lead, that would be really big for us. Here on 1st down, I do look to set up a play where we're looking to hit this tight end as he goes on a deep out route to about midfield. It's a really nice play that we like to use before half to get ourselves in better field goal position. But what I notice is he switch sticks over here, and I actually see the B, and I think that I can hit him over the top, kind of similar to the route that John just hit on us for the touchdown. But I am a little bit underthrown here, and just, again, thankful that he was going for the swat there and not the pick. But now sets up 13 seconds left, still trying to get into field goal range. And this is a play that's very important in this game. And something that not a lot of people will do, because again, we're at the 23-yard line. So we need to go about 35 yards at least to get into field goal range, maybe even a little bit more. But what you'll see here is because he's blitzing so aggressively, he sent this guy up the middle. He's sending 6 on the play. We are going to take this underneath drag, and we're going to actually utilize spin cycle and be able to get ourselves a nice gain to about the 45-yard line. Still 6 seconds left, so this gives us time to still possibly get into field goal range and again take that 3-point lead in the half. So what you're going to see here is we're going to go back to one of our favorite plays. We're looking to the wheel first over here to the right. We do have a timeout left, so we can throw it in the middle of the field if we need to. And what you'll see is we take a nice little rollout. We see the dig. We catch it. Immediately, we know we don't have a lot of time. There's 2 seconds left, so we do give ourselves up by double tapping the dive button, and we're actually able to call timeout with 1 second left here in the half. But this is a long field goal, about 55 yards, so I knew we would have to get good kick power, and I just absolutely blow this and kick it terribly. So again, after a great drive, I get into field goal range, and I'm not able to actually make the kick. But here at halftime, we're in a good spot. This is something that, again, feel like we've been playing pretty well on the defensive side. He had the big play on 3rd and 17 on the first drive, and then he had the bomb play where we kind of just got a little lazy on the defensive side of the ball. But we've been, I felt like, moving the ball more consistently. He has just had the bigger plays throughout the game, which is what's led to the tie game. But again, we're getting ball out of halftime here, and that's all we can ask. Again, tie game and getting the ball against somebody like this. We just have to, again, clean up a few of those mistakes that we had in the first half. We're in a good spot. Now, here in the second half, I am going to start out in a play that I have not ran in the first half. Again, we talked about on defense when you're playing people like John, you need to mix things up. You need to do the same thing on the offensive side of the ball. If you give him the same route combination, time and time again, he's going to pick up on it. He's going to have defense for it, and he's going to completely shut that down. So we're just trying to give him different looks here. And here on first down, we go back to one of our favorite plays out of Sale. And this is one of my best pockets that I've had all year. I'll be honest. We step up because we saw the middle open. I see this B receiver coming open, but I also see his user closing in on my quarterback. So I do a quick little sidestep to the left to avoid that. And we're able to throw that ball to that dig route and get ourselves a nice gain on the play, setting up a nice first down play here. Again, we go to another base play we like where we're trying to attack underneath. We see here to the left side that he is going to take this away with the 5-yard yellow here, another shallow zone, possibly a flat out here as well. And he's going to user this running back breaking to the right. He's in a cover 2 shell. This is not a great defense to attack underneath, or not a great offense to attack underneath against the cover 2. So what you're going to see is we just step up in the pocket, and this is key in not stepping back too far and taking a big sack. Just keep moving up in the pocket, and even if we get sacked here and lose 1 yard, that's okay. We were able to fall forward for about 3 yards though. So again, 2nd and 7 is much better than 2nd and 17. It's very important if you don't see something open, step up in the pocket. Don't worry about, again, trying to find something. It's okay to, again, take that sack right near the line of scrimmage, or as you can see there, have the potential to fall forward and get yourself in a better position. Now here, 2nd and 7, we're just going to hit a nice little underneath route for a couple of yards, setting up a good 3rd and 4 for us. And we do go to the bomb play again. Like I said, in the first half, I like to run one of these per half, even sometimes per quarter. So we're looking to hit the same bomb play, and we have it open. Okay, so this guy is going to be breaking across that safety's face and be in an open area of the field here. We just didn't have time in the pocket. He did get a nice shed, which obviously led to this incompletion and a big play for us here on 4th and 4. And one of my favorite plays that we've ran a couple of times in key situations to this point is motion drive wheel out of tight open, where we have, again, the wheel, the streak, the drag, and the dig. We have hit the drag and the dig and the wheel already to this point in the game, and John does a good job at taking those away. You can see he manned up this, He has this covered, and then he is going to look to sink back to this dig as well. But I noticed that he has this, he's playing really soft on this streak here. So we just throw this down, do a good job at clicking on to that and coming back and making that catch. Really good defensive play by John, but it was also a nice click on by us to make sure that we could get a nice gain and obviously convert on that big 4th down. Here we do get a little bit of a glitch. We audible to this cheat outside wheel, but sometimes it makes my quarterback take the snap and just run. This was supposed to be an outside zone with my running back. I actually get scared when this happens because a lot of times I will fumble with my quarterback in those situations, but thankfully we didn't. Here we are setting up a different route combo that we have not really ran yet. But again, we are looking initially the spot route underneath, and then we're looking to this return route, and then we also have the potential to hit that tight end on the crosser as well. So here you're gonna see we run this. He does a good job at taking away everything, and make sure you throw that ball away. Don't take sacks for unnecessary loss. Again, we could have taken a sack there and lost 8 yards, and it could have been 3rd and 19. But now we're at a much more manageable 3rd and 11. And this sets up what is one of my best throws of the day. I see that I have a little bit of a step here on my wheel. I actually do freeform this up to get it away from the defender. And you can see we put that ball right on the pylon, and we're able to take the 7-point lead here just about to the 4th quarter. So again, feeling really good at this point because we have played good defense. Like I said, we just have to limit the big plays that he's had. He had that big 3rd and 17 in the first half, and then he had the bomb play. Outside of that, we've pretty much held him outside of him running the football. But again, here, you'll see bad tackling once again. He was so shifty with this Amari Cooper. He did go to the outside a lot, and I didn't really catch on to that as well as I should have. But that's okay. Like I said, if I could make John beat me by running the football, that would be a win for me. Obviously, I don't want to give up rushing yards, but it's not what he likes to do offensively. So again, it's okay to give up rushing yards against him in my mind, but it's not something I want to do time and time again, if that makes sense. Here, we are going to go back to our pressure. He did pick it up with his running back. So again, great adjustment by him. We had been sending this pressure off the right hash. He was ready for it. He did send his running back there to get that block, and that gives him plenty of time here, and he makes a good read underneath and gets himself a 1st down, and that is going to put us into the 4th quarter here, which is where he starts out with another run, but we do a good job at containing that, keeping it for a minimal gain here, which is, again, something that we always want to do when our opponents are beating us with something time and time again throughout the game. You want to start to adjust to it and limit it. We did a great job on that play, forcing him back to the middle and getting no gain. He does go to run the ball again here, and you can see that we have nice contain to the outside, which again just forces him to that minimal gain. He gets 2 yards there, setting up a 3rd and 5. Really 2 good reps for us defensively there to slow something down that he had been having really good success with to this point in the game. A lot of times, somebody like John as well with 3 minutes left is going to try to clock me and get a 2-point conversion to win the game. So I do have that going on in the back of my head as well. But this does, again, set up a 3rd and 5. We are on the right hash. Again, you guys know we've been sending this pressure from the right hash time and time again. We're going to go back to the right hash here. We're going to get that pressure right up the gut, force a quick throw, and set up another big 4th down conversion here, or set up another big 4th down play here from John. We go back to that contained pressure that we ran on the first 4th down play that we stopped him on in the first half. And you can see we do get the D tackle who splits the double team once again. And we have this nice hook curl that I put shaded down to the left side to stop any drag. So I actually don't follow this with my user too much because I know that we have a player right there, and he throws it right into that player. We're able to get ourselves the nice interception. Here, I actually don't end up scoring because he has 3 timeouts left. Obviously, I'm in field goal range, so we can make it a 2-score game. So I actually go down, and my goal here is to force him to use all 3 timeouts. Okay, so again, here you'll see that we're just going to run the ball 3 times, force him to use 3 timeouts. And there on that first one, he actually got a little bit unlucky because it did get to the 2-minute warning and he used the timeout. So we kind of got him to waste one of those timeouts. But we're going to go back here to one of our favorite run plays. And again, I don't even care that I'm not scoring a touchdown here. I'm trying to take all of those timeouts away from him to really make it a game where he would need an onside kick in order to beat us. I would have liked to score there on 3rd down. We didn't. That's okay. We are going to get that 2-score lead with under 2 minutes left, and he has no timeouts. So here, the goal is to make him take at least a few plays to score. Obviously, no big plays here. And on 1st down, we did send a lot of quick heat to make him throw quick. And he does make a great read there, gets a 1st down, but that clock is running. And you're going to see he's going to start to try to attack over the top. And this was the play that he beat us in the 1st half where I said, again, great read. I thought it was lucky when it happened live, but it was a great throw by John. Here we stayed on top of this. We kind of tried to fake him out by going to the left, but I did plan on staying over the top of that the whole time. And we do a good job at getting a swat there, setting up a 2nd and 10. He does go back to a play where he's looking to attack vertically down the field, same play he had just ran. This time he's going to look to attack here, but again, we do switch stick to that. We make this a tough throw. We get the KO in the air. Again, 3rd and 10. Really happy with how we're playing right now. He does adjust well, though. Something that he wasn't attacking with the entire game was playmaker to this backside solo receiver. And here you can see we cover everything for the most part to the bunch side, but he playmakers this solo receiver back and gets himself a nice completion there. And again, this was something that I hadn't really seen him running earlier in the game, so I wasn't prepared for it. You can see he runs it once again, and poor pursuit from my players, and he's able to get into the end zone, but there is 53 seconds left. Again, no timeouts. I knew at this point really had to come down to, is he going to get an onside kick or not? But this is a big play for us. 2-point conversion. If he does not get this 2-point conversion, then he's down 4 and he needs 7 if he gets the onside kick. If he gets the 2-point conversion, he's pretty much going to win the game if he gets the onside kick because all he needs is 3. We are going to send our A-gap pressure to the right, but we're going to play a lot more aggressively down towards the line because obviously we don't have to worry about getting beat deep. You can see we do get the pressure there, and he is not able to make a quick read. We're able to get that sack, and that was a huge play for me. Again, setting up, big play. If he gets the onside kick, obviously we have to play defense. If not, we win that game, and you can see he is able to, or we're able to recover that, and he does end up quitting out of that game. Once again, shout out to John Beast for this game. Again, it's always a pleasure playing people of his caliber. Again, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Let us know in the comment section below. But with that being said, we'll see you guys on the next one.